wow.
I have no idea. So a long, long time ago, when I was about 18 years old, I was working in a factory, and I was, just factory picking boxes up, and I was cleaning up the floor, and basically that was my job. And there was a gentleman there, and his name was Indio, Spanish guy, and they called him Indio. And one day I'm having lunch. I'm having lunch outside, right across the street from. I've told the story before, so if you've heard it, I apologize. But I was having lunch right across the street from the factory at this little store, grocery store, and I was eating a sandwich out front. No, some other guys roaming around. It was just factory guys and people just having their lunches and stuff. So I'm standing there eating a sandwich. I'm standing outside because it was a really beautiful day, and this guy Indio starts staring at me like kind of in a weird way. He starts kind of staring at me, and I'm eating, and I'm a short little guy, so can you imagine when I was 18 years old, I had glasses probably this big, and I wasn't excited. I looked like I didn't belong, but there I was working in a factory, and he looks at me and in Spanish he says, "What are you doing here?" He's like, qué tú haces aquí?" And I said, and I was kind of eating. I was like comiendo. I'm eating. He's like, no, no, no. He said, ¿Qué tú haces aquí? What are you doing working at this factory? And I said, oh, my mom actually works here and she got me a job. And then he looked at me. He's like, "Psh, bro." And this is all in Spanish. He didn't speak any English. He said, bro, he says, don't stay here. You'll get trapped here. Don't stay here. This is not the place for you. I could see you can do more. Don't stay here. And he points to this little tiny bridge it's a walking bridge that's in the Bronx and it goes over the Bronx River
Right.
to the factory. And he points at this bridge and he goes, "See that bridge right there?" And he goes, "If I had a nickel for every time I had to cross that bridge to come here to this job, I'd be a millionaire today." He said, "Do not work here." And I remember kind of like smiling and almost like I didn't like brush him off, but I kind of was like thinking, well, I'll be fine, in my head. But then it stuck with me because then I went inside and I was working, and working in a factory, man, that's grueling work. I mean, one quick side note, I remember there was a truck of they called it lucite, and it was the
Mm.
material that you melt down to make like uh, clear covered plastic boxes that you put jewelry in.